What is going on, everyone? I hope you're all well and having a great Sunday so far. If you can just give me a thumbs up, just to let me know you guys can hear me okay. And just to let you guys know, of course, next Sunday there is no call because if you remember in the chats, we have now gone to bi-weekly on our Sunday calls. So we're bi-weekly at the moment. So it's every other Sunday is when we'll be doing our trainings going forwards. And this one tonight is going to be a super special session. If you can just give me a thumbs up just to make sure that you guys can see my screen and you guys can hear me okay. And I know that we are all good to go. All right, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. That's what I wanted to hear. So if you have been on our previous sessions, then you'll know that we've been going through our phase 2 of our trading education. Phase 1 was, it's all up on YouTube, all our previous sessions. That was covering a lot of the basics, getting you guys kind of it started and into your sort of trading routine. And then in our phase 2, we've been focusing in the last few sessions, we've been focusing on the psychology side of trading. And the psychology is a big factor when it comes to trading because everyone can have a great strategy, but how you implement that strategy comes down to a lot how you are psychologically and how you are in the markets and how you cope with your emotions, your fears, and how you actually look to implement your trades going forwards. So the last few sessions, the ones that are in green are the ones that we have already covered for psychology, and they are up on YouTube as well. So if you guys have not seen these sessions, definitely recommend you go back and watch these sessions again. We covered the psychology of losing, we've covered fear and hesitation, we've covered greed and overtrading, fear of missing out, and tonight's session is actually on hope and holding on to losing trades. So these are all traits that every trader will feel at some point during their journey. So if you haven't felt this yet, you probably will. If you've been trading for quite some time, you probably will relate to a lot of these sessions, in particular when it comes to the psychology side of things. So for this session, hope and holding on to losing trades, basically I'm going to be showing you how to sort of break the cycle around holding on to losing positions. So hopefully the objective of tonight's session is covering the difference between hope and holding trades. I'll show you the emotional cycle that you tend to go through. We've been going through the cycle for every emotion in the last sort of few weeks or so. I'll show you a fix for that. And more importantly, the second part of this session today is a special request from the traders was that they wanted me to actually cover the new sort of channels that we've introduced, which was the trade ideas versus scalp ideas. So if you just give me a thumbs up, who has actually taken advantage of the scalping so far since I think it was last Wednesday it introduced? And my goodness me, there were some fire scalping trades that have been coming through. Like even myself, I was just like, oh my goodness, like I was quite blown away by it. And it's a great concept that's been added into this channel. I think it just shows how well things are doing in terms of how we're growing the space as well and giving different kind of trading ideas for different types of traders as well. So I'll be covering a lot about the difference between scalping and the trade ideas and making sure that you guys are equipped with the right kind of knowledge to take these trades and making sure you're managing them correctly as well. And this will all feed in nicely into the hope and the holding element as well. So hopefully it will flow through nicely. So let's get started with the topic obviously for tonight, which is around hope. Now, I always like to start by relating the emotion to your everyday life because everyone will feel hope at some point during their life. And here's a few examples of them. I'm probably not going to go for every single one of them, but I know for a fact if you're an England fan and you must have had hope on your emotion last night if you're watching the game, because I know that I was even though I'm a Man United fan, but you know I live in England, so obviously I'm going to have a soft spot for England as a team as well. So I was hoping that England will go through. And the thing is that it's the desire, is in italics, is written in bold, the desire for a positive outcome despite the uncertainty. So I didn't know what was going to happen yesterday. Like I didn't know what was going to happen in a football match, but there was a desire for a positive outcome, right? The positive outcome for me personally was that I wanted England to win. So that was the hope. But in this particular case, obviously I didn't have any control over that. So, you know, it's leave it to whatever the players were playing on the pitch. But, you know, there's other elements, like, for example, you know, you might delay studying for an exam and hoping that it's going to just be an easy one. You know, and that's that's something that you're feeling and it's actually affecting you because you could actually do something about that, right? The first one's a funny one. Staying in a relationship hoping things will improve. Yeah, I wonder if many people have gone through that. Give me a thumbs up if you've been through anything like that before, or any of these bullet points that you see on your screen. But the idea is that hope is around us, and we all feel hope. And it's no different when it comes to trading as well. We do feel hope in trading. How do we feel hope in trading? So imagine a signal's come in from the channel, and you've entered that trade. But all of a sudden, the market starts to reverse and the trade starts to go against you. You start seeing some red on your MetaTrader 5. And what's going to happen there is that all of a sudden you're like, oh man, like, I'm not sure about this. Like, I'm hoping now. I'm like praying. I'm like, oh, fingers crossed. Like, I hope the trade reverses and goes back into profits again. I want it to be blue. And what's going to happen is you don't want to take that loss, and you're seeing the trade go close to your stop loss, and you all of a sudden start moving your stop loss. Now, I've always said this before, is that the only time you should ever move your stop loss is if advised by the the trader themselves. So if the trader says adjusting stop loss to so-and-so, that is your only cue that you should be looking to move that stop loss. Do not ever move your stop loss manually yourself, because what that's going to do is going to just increase your risk on that trade. And the other one is that you tend to move your stop loss because you like to give your trade room to breathe. And what's going to happen? The price is just going to keep following your stop loss, right? It's just one of them days. And ultimately, what you end up doing is you think, you know what, I'm certain that this is going to turn around. So you end up actually removing the stop loss completely. Has anyone ever done that before, where you've moved your stop loss manually yourself, or you've even actually traded without a stop loss as well? Okay, so yeah, so these are habits that we want to try and get rid of if we can, because what's going to happen is that when you remove your stop loss, let's say that one time the trade actually comes back, and let's say it goes back to break even, and you're like, oh, phew, I've dodged a bullet, and you just close that trade. There's going to be a time when you'll move that stop loss, or you're going to remove it completely, and then you're going to get an email to say margin call, and you're going to see your account, and it's going to be account blown. And that's something that we in this community, we do not want to see that. And this is going to happen because of your emotions, not because of the signals or the trades that are being sent. So ultimately, hope in trading is where you are remaining in a losing trade despite the trade idea being invalid. Have you ever seen in the chats when it says trade invalid or stop loss hit? Because if you're seeing that, that's great. That's great news, because that is your cue. If you are not out of that trade, get out. Yeah. So that is because the thing is that losses are a part of trading. You cannot be 100% win rate. I've never seen a trader be 100% win rate. It just doesn't exist. You have to take some losses. That's how it works. So let's go a bit deeper into understanding what is the difference between hope and also holding on to losing trades. So hope is the emotion, and basically what it does is it creates the behavior of the holding of the losing trades. So the hope is your emotion, which everyone feels anyway. Holding on to losing trades, that is the behavior that it leads you to do. So the hope is I'll give the trade some room to breathe, I'm hoping it will come back. And then obviously the holding of the losing trades is your behavior. That behavior meaning that you are moving a stop loss or removing a stop loss. You're now following what's called an emotional plan, not a system plan. So not following the system of sticking to the stop loss and sticking to your targets. What this leads to is a poor risk management, because now your stop loss is larger than you anticipated. Therefore, your loss now is larger than the percentage that you agreed at the start of the trade to trade with. So does this make sense so far? I'm hoping this makes sense. You can see now the difference. You can see what is hope. You can see what it leads on to do as a behavior. So this is what's now showing you the cycle when it comes to hope. So the hope is essentially creating emotions like fear and anxiety, because you don't want to take the loss. You don't want to be wrong. And obviously the behavior is where you're going to be holding the trade, you're going to be moving the stop loss, and ultimately the outcome, like I said, is going to be a larger loss, and you're going to be increasing your risk on your account, and that is not what we want to see. So obviously when you are moving a stop loss or removing a stop loss, all this does is delay the inevitable anyway. And what it does is only going to lead to a larger loss or worse. Wouldn't you rather take a small loss or a big loss? Just let me know. Small loss or big loss? Thumbs up for small loss. Because the thing is, I personally would rather take a small loss than a huge loss. Yeah. Cool. So what is the fix? What is the fix when it comes to dealing with hope and actually holding on to losing trades? What can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen? So the first point is actually, like I said earlier, accept losses as part of your plan. Accept it as a business expense. You know, every business out there, it has an expense, right? You have to pay rent, or you have to pay for stock, or whatever it is. Now accept the losses as, look, you know what, right? That trade was just not meant to be. So I'm going to put that down as, look, it's a loss, it's part of my plan. Did I follow my plan? Yes, that's fine. Point number 2 is predefining a risk. Now, we've gone through this in previous sessions as well. You should always know the lot size you're playing. You should always know roughly the stop loss size that you should be playing. Now, obviously, I'm going to be going through this in the terms of scalping and the trade ideas as well. You'll notice that in the trade ideas that the stop loss might actually be slightly bigger than the scalping trades, right? You probably would have noticed that. So the scalping trades are designed obviously to have a smaller loss, but then you're also going to have smaller targets as well because it's scalping, and I'll go through that a bit more in the next slide. Point number 3 is having a hard stop loss. This means that you should not be ever moving a stop loss unless stated by the educator themselves. And do not ever remove the stop loss completely, because if you do that, you are literally setting yourself up to fail. And I have seen it way too many times, and I've been personally guilty of that in the start of my journey. I remember I used to just trade without stop loss. So yeah, that is point number 3. Point number 4, this is the one that I will always say this, and I guarantee you there's about 50 plus people on the call. Probably only about a handful would ever actually do this, and that's the reason why they'll probably do even better in trading than you will. But the thing is that this is very important, is that you've got to actually journal your emotions. It takes 2 seconds to just go on your phone, on your notes, and just journal how you were feeling when you were trading today. Did you stick to your rules? Was there any point where you moved the stop loss or moved your targets or increased your lot size? Do your results agree with what the signal performance is? Because if you looked at the scalping channel of the last, let's say, Thursday and Friday, I believe that they were 100%. So if they're 100%, but your performance in your MetaTrader showing only 50% win rate, then clearly there's something that you're doing different than what the signals are suggesting. And that means that you have to then replay back in your mind to understand, why is it that I've got different results? Is it because I was trading with emotion? Was I closing my trades too early? Was I using the wrong stop loss? Was I over leveraging, using the wrong lot size? So if you journal your emotions, let's say over the next week or so, when it comes to these trades, and understand when you're taking them, then you'll start to know, okay, this is the reason why. And the ultimate question you should be asking yourself is, did I stick to my rules? Whether you win or lose, did I stick to my rules? Simple as that. So does that make sense as a fix in terms of psychologically going forward, what you guys should be doing, right? So obviously, like I said, I'm just going to recap. You accept your losses. You already know your risk coming in. You've already got your stop loss in place, unless obviously moved by the, why do I keep saying educator? It's on the slide as well. It should be trader. And then you've got, obviously, do not ever remove the stop loss as well. Sticking to your rules is probably one of the main ones, I would say, because the thing is, it's easier said than done, because it's trading. It's easy to make money, but it's also hard to manage your emotions. And that's why people can find it hard to trade, because they can't manage their emotions. Once you can get a handle on your emotions, then trading becomes a lot more enjoyable and systematic, and you'll be able to enjoy much more out of the signals that are coming through once you can get your emotions on check. Cool. So that was phase one. That was part 1 of tonight's training, and I really wanted to cover that around hope and holding on to losing trades. We've got a fix in place.